What's up, Space Pirates? This is your captain, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster, and we talk an awful lot on this channel about how poorly games like Dragon Age the Veilguard, Star Wars Outlaws, Concord, we talk an awful lot about how poorly those games do, but I get a lot of requests from people to actually cover games that I'm excited about, and I would love to do that, but usually when a new game or movie gets announced, this is what I'm thinking.
It kinda sounds like shit.
But you know what? I think I actually found something that I am legitimately excited for. Monster Hunter Wilds looks freaking badass. It has a character creator mode, which, get this, because this is gonna blow your mind, but in their character creator mode, you can make a female character that looks like this. You aren't forced to make something that looks like the non-binary spawn of the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Get that nasty shit out of my face!
Most modern games these days go out of their way to ensure that you can't have normal-looking characters, but this one is different. Look at this. In the character creator for Monster Hunter Wilds, her body doesn't have the proportions of a slightly bumpy log. And she has long hair, and it isn't shaved on the side. Is this even real? Can they even make characters like this anymore? And look at this. You're even allowed to make male characters who don't look like scrawny little simps.
Holy shit!
Monster Hunter Wilds has an open beta that was announced that is starting this Thursday on Halloween, and not only are they not afraid of challenging Dragon Age the Veilguard, which has its launch on that same day, I think this open beta has a strong chance of beating the shit out of Dragon Age in total player count because the game looks awesome. It isn't out for 4 months yet, but it is already the 7th highest seller on Steam.
Come on, man, bring it! Come on, bring it!
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter or X, or whatever you want to refer to it as these days. I keep a list on there of games lousy with wokeness pinned to the account at all times for your reference. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. But let's look into a game which I sincerely doubt will ever show up on that list of woke games. Monster Hunter Wilds looks as if it's going to be frickin' awesome. It's a series that admittedly I have only dabbled with. I've never played any of the Monster Hunter games long enough to beat them, but that's only because by the time I discovered the franchise, there were already tons of games in it, and I just didn't want to play catch-up. I'm a bit of a completionist. If I decide to dive into a game series, I generally like to go all the way and play all the older games as well. But I think this is the game in the series which will finally break me down and get me to play all of the old ones. Here in the video game spaces, we are so starved for actually good, new content that when something comes out like this, which looks like it might actually be fun, it's important that we embrace the heck out of it. But like I was saying, the game is already number 7 on Steam. I will remind you that this game is not due to release until February 28th. That is just under 4 months from now, and it is already number 7 on the Steam charts. The Dragon Age defenders out there are celebrating about hitting number 4 on the Steam chart, like that meme where the Olympic competitor is going crazy, biting his medal, and then you zoom out and see that he's only in 3rd place. But yeah, the people who really want Dragon Age to succeed are super proud that their game is currently in 4th place on Steam. But for cripe's sake, the game comes out out in 2 days. This is how these cycles go. When a new AAA game comes out, if they aren't in the top 10 within a week of their release, that is amazingly bad. But it took them until just a couple of days ago to crack this top 10, so this is nothing for them that they should be bragging about. The marketing costs alone for these big AAA games should ensure that they are one of the top sellers. I guess I'll give Dragon Age this very faint praise though. At least they aren't doing as bad as Life is Strange Double Exposure. That game literally releases today, and it comes from Square Enix, so you know there was a lot of money pumped into that title, but it is sitting at number 31 on the top sellers list because nobody gives a shit about that franchise any longer. But Monster Hunter Wilds is a different breed of game from something like Dragon Age. Both of them come from famous IPs, but whereas Dragon Age absolutely reeks of woke propaganda and shit like that, Monster Hunter looks like it's gonna be a blast. That's why everyone is so pumped for this open beta that starts on Halloween. And I gotta say, I was a little surprised that they decided to start it on this weekend. I mean, you'd think there would be some crossover between the fan bases of each of these franchises, so I would have expected Capcom would be a little worried that they'd lose some of the interest in their game by launching their open beta on the same weekend as Dragon Age. I would have thought they would have waited an extra week, but I guess not. I guess they aren't worried about it at all, and the more I think about it, I think this might have been a good move. By releasing on Dragon Age's launch day, they have the opportunity to cut into the player count of Dragon Age and essentially steal all the oxygen from the room. All of us who wouldn't touch the Veilguard with a 10-foot pole can instead flock to Monster Hunter. It's almost an open invitation to all of us who feel disenchanted by the gaming industry these past few years. It's an invitation to us to play something that was actually made for us. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try this game out in its open beta, and if I like it well enough, I will acquire the old games and start pushing through them. And hopefully, I can get them beaten by February so I can play Wilds right when it comes out. I really hope the Steam charts show us how many people are playing this open beta. I actually think Monster Hunter Wilds will have a legit shot at reaching a max concurrent player count higher than the Veilguard on this same weekend. I won't guarantee it, but I suspect it will happen. That would be a major buzzkill for Dragon Age. But I'm going to leave it there. What do you make of Monster Hunter Wilds? It's going to destroy the Veilguard in sales, but do you think it will beat the Veilguard for max player count on Steam on Dragon Age's own launch weekend? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.